Hello friends, welcome everyone and my namaste to all of you watching this video. Now if you're thinking that this has to do anything with the technology, so I'll say my apologies right in the beginning because this has nothing to do with the technology, and I was just thinking of sharing my thoughts on the global phenomena which has unfolded in form of coronavirus in the last couple of months. So, you know, I'm sure you are impacted with this one way or the other. And even if you're not impacted, it's very important that we stay together, we stick together in this testing time because as humanity, we have never seen this. Because as you know, that there is no vaccination which has been developed so far. So the only way to contain this is to stay indoors, stay within the house, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and that's the only way we can prevent spreading this virus. Some of the countries they have already taken steps, and I'm sure you're most of the people they are abiding by the law, they are abiding by the instructions which are being given by the authorities. But some of the people who are still not listening, it's important the message goes through them that this is something which we all have to fight together. As I said, that there's no vaccination which is there, especially some of the countries, right? They are suffering more than some of the others, like in European Union. You know that Italy, Spain, after China, they are the worst sufferer. I hope and pray that they're able to contain it, faster. But there's so many precious life getting lost, and maybe this is a time that we sit back and just analyze, right, where as a human being, where as a humanity we want to go. Because when we do the things, and I'm not a medical practitioner, so I'm not here to preach anyone, but what I'm saying is that maybe this is a time to sit back and go back to the basic, the way we eat, the way we treat different creatures in this world, because this planet is just not for human beings, right? We share this, so we want to make sure that we appreciate what is there, what the God has given to us, and respect all different life forms. I'm sure you're doing something or the other to keep yourself busy. And if you're doing something, I will say that please share, because this is just not, we have never seen this before, right? As a human being, we are not used to staying inside home and within the four walls. We want to go outside, we want to venture out, we want to see our friends and family. But in this time, the best way to manage this is to take care of yourself by being within your home. But I personally uh, listen to Gayatri Mantra, even Hanuman Chalisa and Mahamrityunjay Mantra. I do a bit of yoga, and I've been doing this for a long time now. That has definitely helped me. So I will highly recommend that if you're doing something different, maybe you listen to specific music or do something or do maybe cooking or something like that, right? Maybe if you can share that, that would be great. But it's important not only bodily, but mental health is also important because as we all know that if you're not able to communicate, and if you know somebody who is or he or she is in that kind of situation, try to help them out. And this is a time actually to also appreciate the kind of work some of the people they're doing, like the medical professional, the doctors, the nurses, even the people, who are cleaning these hospitals. Like these are the real heroes. Just imagine what will be the situation in case these people they're not doing their job. And we have, when we go to our daily job, we always say that my job is so hectic, I have so much of stress, there's so much of work. Think about these people who are putting their life in danger for us. So salute to these people, salute to medical professional, the security people, the police, the army, which is right there on the roads, trying to make sure that there is no uh, some of the elements who are trying to create disturbance, they are not taking undue advantage. So that's the time we help them, and helping ourselves by staying inside and to make sure that this virus doesn't spread. Some of the stories that I hear, like I was hearing, I was listening to news yesterday. In Italy, there was this lady, 90 plus, who had the symptom of coronavirus, and she went to the hospital, and obviously she was having breathing problem, and the nurse has to asked her to put on the ventilator, but she refused, saying that she had lived her life and God has been kind to her, and she offered her ventilator to person who was younger, maybe saying that, right, that person needs that ventilator. So these kind of stories, right, that really shakes you. Some of the things that we take for granted, like the air that we breathe, or the water that we drink, maybe this is a time to just sit back and think about some of the stuff which we take it for granted. We need to we need to I think, go back to the basic, you know the way we used to do the things 30, 40 years ago, which our parents and grandparents taught us. Because yes, technologically we have advanced ourselves, but if we move away from, and this is again my logic only, nobody has to agree with this. If we move away from nature, whether it's our eating habits, whether it is you know not respecting the nature around us or the creatures around us, the nature gonna come back strongly. The mother nature has its own way of keeping the balance. So I think this high time that we take this in a positive way, and take this situation just to analyze ourselves, our living style, and our habits, the way we have been doing this. Maybe we need to make certain changes, not a drastic change, some tweaking that needs to be done, some reset button, I think. We need to press. Like, for example, I live, like, my house is in the path of one of the busiest airport in North America, and now all these commercial flights which are canceled now, I can hear the birds which are chirping, which I was never able to. I see the birds, I see the sparrows now. It's springtime actually here, and all these small things. So I'm just trying to think of the positive which is coming out of that. And I'm sure a lot of people there are putting their blood and sweat, they're putting their life in line, just to make sure that we are protected. So again, I will say that please take care of yourself, so that your family is protected, your province is protected, your country is protected, and then overall we'll be able to protect this world from this dangerous disease or virus which is there. Thank you. Really appreciate listening to me, and I'm 100% sure that we'll be able to defeat this virus. Namaskaram.